All right, Steeler Nation, week one is officially in the books. We came out victorious, 34-32. And I got a few takeaways. I mean, a few. I ain't going to go on a long rant because we did pick up the dub. But like Aaron Rodgers said in post game, we definitely got some learnable film to watch. You know what I'm saying? Some learnable film. Let's just start off with saying how terrible the defense was. To be honest, I thought it was going to be super slow on the offense, and I didn't have us getting. Well, actually, I predicted we was going to blow them out, 27-3. So I didn't think we were going to be too bad on offense, but I thought we were going to be lights out on defense, and I was definitely wrong. We let them rush for 182 yards, and it seemed like even more than that. To be honest, the first drive alone, I think they picked up good 60. You know what I'm saying? But Justin Fields was lights out. So it wasn't just a running game. Justin Fields also threw for like 212 and a tutty, ran two tutties. I did not have our defense down for allowing 32 points. So I'm like right in the middle of not knowing if we both good as hell, which is probably unlikely, or if we just both weak as hell. You know what I'm saying? Because 30, bro, I think the over-under was like 36. Bro, we got 60. 66 is a collective. Justin Fields, letting Justin Fields go 16 for 22. A few of them incompletions was on the final drive. So I think going into the final drive, he might have been something crazy like 16 for 20 or something. Like, we let him shred us. He literally did his thing. Shout out to Justin Fields. I'm glad you're having some success. You deserve it. Big matchup from Ramsey and Garrett Wilson. There was times where I felt like Garrett Wilson was getting the best of all of our corners. Every last one of them. Garrett Wilson did his thing. Ramsey came through in the clutch with a crucial hit on a fourth and 3. He make that catch. They keep the thing going. They still got another like this. It's a whole completely different situation if he make that catch. Him and Ramsey was jarring at each other the whole entire game, and almost got into a few fights, one at halftime. But long story short, man, we came up and made plays whenever we needed to make plays. I thought TJ was going to be a little. Well, he was so disruptive. Everybody got quit acting like if you don't get a sack, that you didn't have a good game. TJ had a good game. He did. I did expect him to get a sack or two, but he definitely did. He definitely did what we needed him to do. And then at the end of the game, well, first of all, when we talking about sacks, how many sacks were we going to miss on Justin Fields? I mean, I know he's fast, I know he's elusive, but there's times where we got him in our arms. He just bouncing off of people and then go for 8, 9, 10 yards. Like, we got to clean that up. We got Lamar in the division. We can't afford to be letting people do that to us. But offensively, we got to give a shout out to Calvin Austin, bro. I'm tired of everybody. Who the number two? I told people from the jump, it's going to be a collective on the offensive end, bro, because it's we don't have that, like, I ain't going to say dog because I feel like we got the dogs, but we don't have that quote-unquote number two. We just got a whole bunch of good-ass players. Like, when you take into the fact, especially that you can do screens with your tight end now and Jonnu Smith, you guys got to worry about popping you right through the middle. You know what I'm saying? And then when you just add Calvin with the DK, didn't have Ben Scarana getting a touchdown, especially not the first touchdown on my bingo card. That was you would have made the most money if you would have bet Ben Scarana getting first touchdown. You just would have. I bet you would have got the most money if you would have just bet him getting a touchdown, period. Maybe even a fucking catch. But overall, I think we got a lot to grow from, but I'm glad we get to learn from it on a win. And shout out to Boswell. Got to get me a Boswell jersey. I'm going to start wearing my jerseys. As you see, it's a little hot. I'm sweating. I was just going crazy. I'm about half a 12-pack in. I just had to make this video. Shout out to the Steelers Nation and all of the whole fan base, bro. We travel so. I ain't gonna say we. I diehard Steelers fan, but I have never been to an out of state game. But we was deep up there. We was deep in New York. That's what I like to see. Aaron Rodgers finishing the game 22 of 30, baby. 22 of 30 with 244, 4 touchdowns. He almost had 2 potential picks, but we don't count potential picks. So you know what I'm saying? 4 tutties, 0 picks, and 244. Let's get to it. Only thing I got to say about Aaron Rodgers is whenever they blitzing, his goddamn feet move so slow. It's like he running in quicksand, pulling up out of, you know what I'm saying? It looked bad. He got no mobility. None. But that's here nor there. Running game was terrible. I can't believe our running game was that terrible. And then our run stopping abilities was that terrible. We got outrushed 182 to 53. Bro, we had 53 yards. When I seen how bad Najee did, I'm like, see, told you he needed the Steelers. Then I seen how bad we did. I said, shit, we mess around, need each other. If we put out some more tape like this, we might have the worst rush game in the league. Facts. And Derek Harmon, I know I'm flip flopping. I got a lot on my mind. Derek Harmon, you gotta come back because I don't know if one person shouldn't make that big of a difference. We got manhandled up there in the trenches as far as run game go. Thought I would have seen Wilson get a catch. Roman Wilson was out there, seen him a few times on blocking plays and things like that. He ain't get. I don't even know if he ran a route, to be honest. He might not even have ran a route today. But we gonna ease him in. But I love the way we use both of our. We ain't use Wilson, Washington, but I love the way we use Big Move and Big Janu. You know what I'm saying? With them two, Calvin Austin and DK, anybody else make a play is a bonus, in my personal opinion. For real. I was surprised about how much Kenneth Gainwell was out there, and even more surprised by how much Jack Sawyer on the defense was out there. Granted, I know we had a couple missing players, so it just had him out there. I don't want to blame some of the runs on him, but I seen his number a lot, but I ain't hear his number called a lot. Come on, Jack. I know you a rook, but look, we gotta make plays. You gotta be, if you gonna take Lil Nick's spot, not take his spot, but fill in for him, you have to make plays, bro. That was just me. Shout out to Chuck Clark. I think his name is Chuck Clark. He came through. I think he had about 5-6 tackles. Or no, well, let me see. It say he had 8 total, but he had 6 solo tackles, bro. He came in and stepped up. Soon as Elliott got hurt, he was in there. He did his thing. Hopefully, Elliott ain't missing no time at all. But if he is, not too much time. Elliott is a key piece to this, bro. Facts. Yeah, I mean, I can go on for some time. I didn't really think Juan Thornhill, he wasn't coming up laying that thing like I thought he was, pause. But you know saying he wasn't putting, you know what I'm saying? I don't really know about what he had going on. It's just a few things that I just really honestly question. But at the same time, I'm glad I get to question him with a win. I think Joey Porter also got injured. Got to see what's going on with him. It's a few things. Let me know what y'all think about this game in the comments, bro. Let me know if you think that we somewhat, like, can we make something out of this season? Or just from how bad our defense is. See, the thing is, before we get out of here, I do want to say, I'm glad that our defense struggled and not our offense, because I feel like the adjustments and the superstars we got on our defense, that we going to be able to correct some of those things. Now, if we just couldn't move the ball at all, couldn't put no points up, that's a hard thing to justify just from knowing or from what people think about the talent we have on our offense. But like I said, with that being said, I'm leaning more towards, all right, cool. We had a bad defensive day. Those things to get fixed. Slay ain't gonna be getting cooked all day like he did today. Ramsey gonna be able to make a few more plays, even though he was definitely doing his thing out there. Joey Porter, Wilson was giving anybody that was in front of him was getting the blues. But I think it was tough with everybody trying to pitch in on a run, which ain't no excuse, but pitching in on a run, getting beat a little bit on these crossing routes. I mean, that's just what it was. I'm just assuming it because they was with the eyes in the backfield trying to stop the run. But like I said, I can keep going on for time and time, so I'm gonna quit yapping. So make sure you sub to the channel, like the video, and let me know what you think about the game in the comments, bro. I'm gonna be doing post-game recaps every single week. I'm also gonna be just doing like sports content in general. I had two separate pages, but I can't juggle two separate pages. And whatever I feel like talking about that day, regardless if it's sports or whatever I'm doing podcasting, it's all going on the same channel. It is what it is, man. I'll catch y'all on the next one.